What's good? What's good? This is Steeker. This is Steeker, the podcast. Hey, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Hey, I appreciate the love and support. Let's keep this movement going, mi gente. I appreciate y'all, man. Y sabe lo que quiero saber today? Does the number of your body count matter? Does that really matter? Because if you love somebody, does it really matter if they're not really promoting themselves out there, saying they slept with so many people? Or does that affect you as a man? Does that affect you as a woman? When you look in the mirror, do you know who you are? Do you know some of the things that could potentially hurt you? Or does it really matter? Does it really matter? Because there's certain people, right, that reach a certain level. Once they reach that certain level, people are paying attention to them. And I'm talking about celebrities. I ain't talking about the people that making them millions low key and they're not speaking to anybody, right? No, I'm talking about certain people like Brittany Renner. Let's get into it, man. So she's on this podcast with Shannon Sharpe. And this ain't the first time she said how many body counts she has. She has 35. Now, fellas, let me ask y'all. If a woman has 35 body counts, does it really matter? Does it matter in the sense of she told you in private when nobody else knows? Or does it matter if she's on the limelight, when she's on front of the TV, in front of the YouTube? Nobody watches TV no more. But in YouTube, wherever you're watching it, right? On all social media platforms, does it matter there? I think it matters more when this person's in front of the limelight, because even Shannon Sharpe said something very important. He said, why are you saying that number? Why are you letting us know that you slept with this many men? Why? Like, what do you gain from this at this moment of your life? Now, if you are trying to get that one gentleman that's trying to drop down to his knees, go ahead and drop that ring on you, put the wedding together. If you're trying to get that kind of man, go to Logan Paul, Adam 22. They're available. You know what I mean? But when you start thinking about it, right, and you start saying to yourself, what is the purpose of you saying you slept with this many men? Now, if I meet a woman, right, and she's letting me know her body count, I'm gonna take a grain of salt. I don't know. I'm not gonna go through her history. I'm not gonna her DNA. How many men were we? I'm not gonna do all that. So if she tells me, I'm like, okay, cool, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know the guys you slept with. I don't know them. Now, if I do know them, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. But when you're dealing with somebody with a name like that, you got to ask yourself, is this really worth it? You know what comes with it. Now, another thing that we gotta put in perspective, right? She says she slept with 35 men, okay? Give or take, let's just say she started around 18, 20. She's about 30 or 31. I want to say she's 31. Let's say she started at 20. So from 20 all the way to 31, she has slept with 35 men. It ain't stopping. She's still very young. So by you putting a number out there, what do you think you're going to get accomplished from that? Because we see videos of you wanting a real one that can hold you down. Now, there's another podcast. Now with Shannon Sharpe, I think it's called like Bang Bus or something like that. Bang, I don't know, something like that. And she's sitting in this bus and she's explaining herself and saying she slept with 35. And the woman asked her, out of those 35 men, how many of them made you reach the climax of that sexual activity? She said maybe 2 or 3. So you telling me right now at this moment, out of 35, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 33, 32 was a waste of your time? This is what we mean by when you put yourself out there and you promoting yourself. What kind of attention are you trying to grab from the audience? Look, I don't promote that men do the same thing, but when I hear certain people talk about numbers, body counts, it's an embarrassment. I grew up at a time where you respected your privacy, especially sexually, quietly with the person you're with. If I'm with this woman, ain't nobody gonna know that. The only reason why they will know that if she goes out there, decides to be on YouTube, be on these podcasts, and just start saying, hey, I'm with this Estico, and then, yeah, I just slept with this many men, and he's with me. That's the only way y'all will know. Other than that, why are we so open to say, hey, this is what it is. I'm okay with it. Hey, look, to each in their own. I had no problem with it. However, when a woman is looking at a Brittany Renner and say, I want to be just like her. In what way? Because even Brittany Renner tries to compare her body count and her situation to Derek Jeter, right? I think the baseball player, she starts saying something like that, right? Okay. Derek Jeter has talent. He plays ball. He plays baseball. He brings something to the table. He's into sports. People watch him. They pay money, dinero efectivo. They pay money to go watch him play a game that people love watching and enjoying. So he brings some kind of talent to the table. And when he speaks, right, a lot of people pay attention because he's at a level, he's a celebrity. He's at a level that people are paying attention. So he has talent in some kind of way in sports. Brittany Renner, baby, what talent are you bringing to the table? What can you bring to us for us to say, oh yes, I can't wait to watch Brittany Renner? But the fact that she's half naked half of the time, she's on these podcasts acting a fool with it, and that's pretty much it. What's so talented about that? And I'm not saying you don't have any talents, but you have to bring something to the table if you're going to compare yourself to a baseball player. And the type of men that you want to deal with are not your regular Joe. They're not. They have to have a bankroll, baby. They have to come, But I would think, and this is the problem, we keep talking about it, and I'm talking about it again. This is about the third video I did about it, man. Come on, man. I really thought that Andrew Tate got to her. And by Andrew Tate saying what he said, I really say, you know what? This is a change that we need. You need somebody to kind of direct you in the way where you can say, hey, look, forget about your past, because I really don't know your past. And I'll be honest with y'all, I really don't know her past like that. So for her to come out here and say she got 35 bodies, and looking at her, right? She's not ugly. She's beautiful, man. From just physical. I don't know about the inside, porque lo de adentro parece que está todo podrido, cabrón. From the outside, she looks like a very attractive woman. She still got it in her. But then you got to think about it, right? As men, if we got a certain body count, and I'm not going to throw my number out there. I'm not here to, that's not what, I feel like nobody should be out there promoting that. That's not something that you should be glad to talk about. Because there are going to be some numbers that you're going to be like, there's going to be some people that you're going to be like, yeah, I shouldn't even, nah. So why even entertain the fact that you throwing a number out there? So my advice to Brittany, man, go sit down somewhere, baby girl. Sit down. Reflect on what you've been through. And then after that, figure out what you want from life. Because yes, you look a certain way right now, but once that 35, 36, 40, 41, when all those numbers start increasing, not the body count, but your age, you're going to start asking yourself, what did I do with my time? How did I play an impact? What kind of impact am I trying to play now? That's what you got to think about. And especially when you got a kid. Because this kid is going to look one day in these videos, these visuals, and going to ask, what was my mom thinking? What was the purpose of my mom being in these videos? What can I learn from what my mom left behind? And that's what really you got to start thinking. Because at some point in time, I believe that she's going to find, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to tie a knot with that. Somebody's going to be like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Somebody is going to do it. However, the one impact that's really, really going to hurt It's going to be her kid. Because her kid has to look back at this and say, this is what my mom, that's why I say you got to be careful what you do, what you say, how you move. It's so important, man. That's why when I drop these videos, it's so I could teach the next generation, like, hey, be careful who you look up to. Be careful who you choose to listen to. Because as much as what you put in your body, also, what are you putting in your mind? What are you putting in your brain? What are you tapping into so you could become something great? Or maybe Brittany Renner is the person that we need for us men to say, hey, you know what? That's not what I want in life. I want something else. I want something better for myself. I want to be able to say, hey, this woman, we built something together. And look, you don't have to be all up in the limelight, showing your body, showing all this, showing us what you're going through. You don't have to do that. All you got to do is go back home to me, baby, and talk to me. And we could work it out. Let's work it out together. Hey, man. Like I said before, I wish none but the best for her. And I wish nothing but the best for anybody that's going through it. Do me a favor, y'all. Look, I'm going to drop the 2 links in my description. Watch the body language, the differences when they ask you the same question about the 35 count. You will see a difference. It is playing an impact on her life. And she knows it well, too. But, hey, do me a favor right now. Subscribe to the channel. Si te gusta lo que mira, press like. Share this video on all your social media platforms. Drop a comment in the comment section. I'm always interacting with me, gente. Ya tú sabes. Hit the notification bell to get notified. Visit the website, r2drec.com. And always remember, have peace in your heart, have faith, and never give up. All right. 1. What's good? What's good? Hey, this is Steeko. Hey, somewhere on here, there's a link to my music page. Y'all go check out the music. We got video, visuals. We got audio. Trust me, we got some dope music. When you get a chance, subscribe to that channel as well. The music is on there. Hey, let's keep this rolling, man. Y'all know what it is, man. This is Steeko. All right. 1.